more important than blood. What I can tell you is this. This is not Sue's first marriage. It was born in Las Vegas a couple of years ago.
Video while watching this.
Well, I am going to do it because I am just joined live on YouTube, so I'm sorry, guys, but this is probably like my favorite movie out of the three. So, let's see. We're going to start it. One. Hey, what's up, everybody? For those who know, was on live on Facebook Live and also my personal TikTok page. They sat through the whole time while we used to talk about Monday Night Raw. And although some of the matches were great and stuff like that, but it just felt like it just didn't feel right.
It didn't feel like the Monday Night Raw for WrestleMania.
Right. Because normally you had your wrestlers that debuted from NXT, but it's just like I said, something's missing. I just don't get it. I really don't. But probably people in the live crowd probably have a different vibe. Which of course, being there live is way different than watching it at home, and way more funner. But I guess when you want to watch it from home, you want to be entertained. But and as I was telling some people earlier, the wife and I do have a different sense of humor. So probably more me than her. Because I probably laugh at some of the stupidest things that don't even make sense, and just go with it. But okay, sorry. Okay, so anyways, of course you want to talk about comic book movies, TV news, see if there's anything watching. They had Simicon all last week, and they did, spill some beans, especially Disney with Marvel Studios, and showing first looks of Avengers Doomsday, but some of us can't see it but then again, we now know that it will come out next month. They will show the official trailer. So hey, cool enough. But anyways, of course you want to talk about that. The WrestleMania results we'll talk about, and also it's probably one thing that's going on with Milwaukee development, in the area that I'm going to talk about, but nothing too big. So let's see. Jessica Jones will be debut in the MCU this Tuesday on Daredevil's Born Again episode, and I still need to catch up on it. Oscar are potentially making a Midnight Suns film with Ryan Gosling and Mahershala Ali. So they're really pushing for if Ryan Gosling will be playing Ghost Rider. Okay. Yeah, we know about Vision Quest will be out in the end of the year, so Voltron will probably get a redesign. Okay. This scene was cut from Spider-Man. I think the scene I'm watching is J. Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man suit, and all his employees just looking at him crazy and just laughing. But I think they had that in the not outtakes, but bonus scenes or something like that. Yeah, that is kind of funny. Marvel Studios is before planning on shorter wait before the next Avengers films. The focus would be on building and developing the main team instead of rushing into another big crossover event. Fair enough. Fair enough. So they probably won't hold it like every 5 years or something like that for the next Avenger film. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But yeah, now glad somebody like put this out there. Like, what movies come between Doomsday and Secret Wars? None. Only thing you're gonna see all next year is like wherever it comes from Sony, like do the Spider-Man, and you will see wherever DC come out with, and like I said, nothing. But they should have did something, like have like a somebody like a person like experienced Battle War or something like that, or just make like a they can't make a solo Hulk movie because Universal still own the rights to that, although they like loaned in Marvel Studios the Hulk. This is crazy. And the stupid thing they also did, the visual development team for Marvel Studios has been fired, so it's like all their freaking like cuts they did. Just kind of stupid. But re-release of Avengers Endgame will reportedly feature a post-credit scene that connects to Avengers Doomsday. Fair enough. Of course, Ryan Reynolds is still writing on a MCU mutant project, but he's not the center of the. But Deadpool is not going to be the center of the character. He's going to be like supporting character. Well, I think the only right thing to do is like just do the X-Force. Oh, that's funny. Let's see. Scared of a monkey. Let's see. Kevin Feige said there were days filming Avengers Doomsday where 30 to 35 actors were on the set at the same time. Not compared to what we've seen from Endgame. That shouldn't be a surprise. Why are we in the resort? Let's see. They said. Also they mentioned that several sets from the first X-Men film are going to be in Avengers Doomsday. So because what they explained it like Doomsday is going to it's like a sequel to Endgame in some strange way, but okay. I guess some things work differently. So I'll be interested in like how they're gonna show like some of the scenes of X-Men like with what I mean, but we'll see what happens.
I don't get it, man. Look, we each had one beer last night, right? You too. Yeah, but I left early.
Oh my god.
Tracy wasn't feeling
That's stupid. New leak scene from Spider-Man 2 the Snyder Cut.
He wasn't in his room. He was looking for him all morning. Pretty much Stanford, right? Yeah, why?
That's crazy. Oh yeah, and they also mentioned that's some good news for people that like love the Marvel animation. Both your neighborhood Spider-Man and the X-Men '97 animation series are going to start coming out every year from this point on. So we know your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man season 2 will be out sometime this fall, while X-Men will be out for season 2 this summer. Didn't say what the whole date is yet. So that's kind of good that, you know, they keep on continuing that, you know what I mean? So that's cool. So, well, we all kind of talk about, you know, what's going on with Marvel. So let's go see what's going on with DC before we talk about the WrestleMania results. DC. There we go.
Alan, grabbing my sunglasses.
It's great to see you, Leslie. Nice to see you too, my new little boy. What the fuck are you doing here? Alan called me a few days ago and invited me to wedding. Excuse me? What's wrong? It's $200 a play, guys. Just focus, okay? John, what happened?
Let's see, they did do a new logo for Mania tomorrow, but let me click on two for guy that's watching the pre-episode. So this is how it looks, mixed with the Superman logo and mixed with the Brainiac logo. So I guess it is real. You know, they already confirmed. You know, Brainiac will be the main villain on Mania tomorrow. So just like a lot of things that they add in this well, they call it like a sequel, but you know, James Gunn said, you know, it's not a sequel. This is crazy. So, yeah. First look at, oh, okay, so first look at DC's Clayface. So, okay, so that's what it is. See, Rise of Star Magnetic. Okay, so there's something. Okay. First logo I showed you guys. So okay, I guess they did start shooting Mania tomorrow, so it's going to be interesting, some surprising wherever it's going to happen. And I told the wife about this today when I read it. Like, Warner Brothers TV left out Dean Cain from their favorite TV Superman actors post on Superman Day, which was this past Friday. This is what the idiot respond. You can't erase history, folks. We can erase you because you're an idiot. And you know what? Although this, you know, the crazy thing is, I know that Mike will still watch that Superman regardless of whatever. But you know, at the same time, okay, yes, man. Okay. But at the same time, you don't have to be an idiot either, which he is. No, I just got to plug it out. So how you gonna have, you know, parents from, you know, another race, you're part Chinese, and you know, siding with people that like hate immigrants and stuff like that, and his parents are immigrants. I don't know. You just can't tell, you know, how stupid some people are. I think they just want to fit in, especially you know, these like actors, you know, with the you know, who some of them sided on and things like that. And it's mainly the ones that, you know, with MAGA is the ones that, you know, need the money the most. That's all it is. It's money. Okay, they did show, you know, the teaser for that. Let's see. Promoting Heavenly Supergirl, which comes out late June. Oh, so it was today they started filming. I'm sorry. Okay. So flying to theaters. Yeah, the official date July 9th, 2027. So after, you know, the 4th of July time, of course, you know, Batman Part 2, I don't know, first they said they're going to start shooting in April, now they say it's going to be delayed, and I don't know what's going on. It's all like cluster up and don't even know what they want to do. Wait a minute. And just a little bit below, Andre Roro is joined the cast, so who knows what he's going to be playing.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, trying to figure that one out. Yep. Let's see, like, the funny thing is, like, oh yeah, he's like way back there. I was about to say, I thought Dean King was not in the photo, but yeah, he's way back there. So all the iterations of Superman is on the photo. Static Shock is reportedly being developed as a feature film. About time. It's like how many years they trying to get Static Shock as like a movie? Too many. Well, without further ado, we're gonna end kind of the movie and TV news talk, so we're gonna get straight to results of WrestleMania. We will start with Saturday first, although I did like a live and talking about it. So first, let's go down and let's go to the Saturday's results. Well, I guess we're going to talk about the main event of night one first. So, Rose ended up defeating Randy Orton to retain the WWE title. Oh yeah, and it was announced today that Pat McAfee is done with the wrestling business for good. And I think the problem was, people had like a bad reaction because he was the one that being like Randy Orton's ear and like I understand they expected somebody bigger, but it's like, I guess some of the things, with some wrestling fans, I'm not saying all, some of them, they got too much high expectations and end up being disappointed. So they got to go in, as low expectations. And don't try to expect this until, it actually happens. You know what I mean? And I know, WrestleMania was supposed to be known for that, but it's the thing, it's like fans want one thing, then it end up being another, you know what I mean? But of course, Liv Morgan's now the women's champion for the women's world champion. Of course, Seth Rollins lost to Gunther with the help of Braun Breaker. Then AJ Lee lost the women's IC title to Becky Lynch by cheating. Of course, this was cool. Paige and Brie Bella did win the women's tag titles. So, they get to go in any show. So that'd be interesting. Jacob Fatu did beat Drew, and it was an unsanctioned match, although, they're not going to count it, but that's what happened. And of course, what kicked off WrestleMania was the Usos the LA Knight defeated Division and ISO Speed in a 6-man tag match. And ISO Speed did have his moment, ended up getting sick and tired of Division, and there you go, he had his highlight. And I did talk about that on Saturday. We're going to the main event of night 2. So I did a video, I think it was a live video last night that, I was going to do like my results of seeing, what happened and my reactions because, at the time I only knew about 2 of the matches, that's the results of the 2 matches, but I didn't know the results of the rest of them. So it's like just trying to, but yeah. See, Roman Reigns, DC, and Blanco, of course. Well, I guess he said, like in the closing moments of, the post show, I should say, of WrestleMania, he said you're going to see him more in the summer. So I guess he's going to appear more. And WWE has this workload of like house shows or anything like that. So, because I guess, with people wanting to be part-time now, when, they shorten, the schedule for people, it's just like, why are you still doing part-time? All you gotta do is just show up on Raw every week and a pay-per-view. They do house shows like overseas and stuff like that because, you know, they don't like get it as much as, you know, people in the States does. So house shows for them like overseas and stuff like that, include, you know, Mexico's another one too. Of course, you know, Rhea Ripley defeated Jade Cargill and now new WWE Women's Champ.
Worth a shot.
But the I don't know why the camera was kept on turning, but you know, anywho, you know, she had a tag match with Rhea Ripley, went against the Kabuki Warriors, and I guess, you know, they finally, like, you know, Rhea Ripley is going to SmackDown now, since now she won the WWE Women's Championship. So yeah, should be interesting. Like, will Jade get a rematch? Who knows? But I think the other problem is like people like saying, you know, about, okay, Jade Cargill has the look, but she is not that good in the ring and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my god. You know, I just can't with some people. I just can't. Just put it out. The Demon came back and beat Dominic Mysterio in a street fight. Trick Williams, of course, is the new United States champion, beating Sami Zayn. So Penta did retain in that, you know, that six-man ladder match, which probably was the match of the night or that day. And this one, you know, it was put total shock. Oba Femi ended up beating Brock Lesnar, and Brock afterwards, Brock called it a career. Just put it that way. So
It's sad when you think about it though, isn't it? Because we saw Cena have this final retirement tour
Yeah.
and all this lot. And AJ Styles had this big hurrah leading up to his retirement.
right.
And Brock Lesnar kind of just under the radar. Just under the radar.
Right, because I think nobody didn't know until he did what he did.
Right.
So that's probably, you know, shock a lot of people. Including from what you told me, it shocked like people in the back that he's done that.
It wasn't supposed to have been last night.
Right, it's supposed to have been tonight. Well, hey, why not? Why not go out in style and
I took you guys and did you shopping. Well, then you decided to get a tattoo. Right like a little bitch. This kid's fucking 9 years old. He's got balls twice your size. Shoulder ball. No. Listen, you're looking for a friend.
oh, great.
Not since last night. Why? What happened? No, I'm supposed to marry his sister tomorrow. I lost her. Oh well. Then fuck it. Fuck it. Bang contacts him now. And she'll never know.
Oh, that's funny. But anyway, so let me give like my rating and grading for what I saw.
Seriously. Look at this. That's the sign of the Chiang Mai Monastery just outside of town. Maybe somebody went there for you.
Okay, sorry. Well, I'm just worried this moving. I need to focus on like trying to finish this. But rating and grading of WrestleMania, because I've been seeing the highlights and watching the first hour of it on Saturday. So I'm not just going to grade it like night by night. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to grade it as a whole. So, you know, I won't waste nobody's time on it. So, I would say from grading wise, I would go to that first. This is crazy because I never like rated a WrestleMania so low. Maybe I did a little bit last year because, you know, what they had going with the main event, you know, with Rose and Cena, and like it was kind of a stupid way to go, and plus, you know, plans ruined by higher ups, The Rock. But I guess I agree with some people. This is maybe a little bit worse than last year, but to some point for me. But I'm thinking like if it was anything, this was a little bit better than last year. I'm saying last year was probably was the worst, and I think I graded it badly. Not one of the worst, but it's the worst. So I would have to give it a C minus. Yeah, that's how I grade the overall of it.
In one of your favorite seats.
Yeah.
Hi, how you doing? You want to charge?
Pop.
Excuse me. It's because we're talking. Stop
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, like I said, C minus. And for the rating, oh wow. I would have to rate it a like I said, there are a few matches saved it, but it was just all these commercials from the first hour. Of course, it's ESPN. Of course, you're gonna expect commercials, but
Not that many.
yeah, not that many on the actual watching on the ESPN app. So yeah, that's pretty sad. And plus, ESPN did work out a deal to pay WWE 1.6 billion for the next few years, because I guess commercial ads and stuff like that. So I guess ESPN want a part of that, and of course they've been stiff. Like, of course with the deal with them to like showing WWE PLEs on ESPN app. So yeah. So I think ESPN did overpay, just like Fox. I would say, oh, I don't care about Fox. They can overpay all they want, so whatever.
So much for home. Bunch of ball ass. Come on, let's go. You know what? FYI, they want to put some signs up that say no talking before you unleash your dragon. And you're welcome to bring it back safe.
Sure.
Come on, let's go.
That's really
Quick.
I'm still. It's hard to grade. Like not grade it, but rate it. Like I said, some of the match did save it. But I would have to give it maybe the lowest rating I ever gave it. 6 out of 10. I think that's the lowest I ever gave, in the PLE event. So yeah, 6 out of 10. And yeah, it's watching the highlights and stuff. Like I said, there are a few matches that saved it. But the main event, especially for Sundays, kind of, maybe left the taste out of some people's mouth, including myself. But Roman said, okay, he's going to appear more in the summer, so we'll see. Maybe, I'll change my mind about it. We'll see. So, of course, their next pay-per-view is like a few weeks from now, which is Backlash, May 9th. So the day before Mother's Day, so it should be interesting. Sadly, it's it's actually in the States, it's in Tampa. And probably at some point, they're going to announce next year's WrestleMania, but it's probably going to be at Saudi Arabia. So we'll see. But anyway, guys, we're going to end the wrestling talk and go to this before I end the show. Because I know with Facebook Live and TikTok, we've been on for like a while now. So... But y'all still going. Especially like these big cities is still going. Like us small cities, we only going to see them once a year, so that's different. But y'all big cities gotta deliver a message. Just don't go at all. If you want to like say screw TKO, you know what I mean? Yeah, like I said, y'all big cities gotta do something. It's not up to us small cities to not try to rebel because I already tried to rebel for you guys by having a sign saying when Milwaukee gonna get a pay-per-view or PLE. But anyways, so I guess late last week they were talking about more about the committee backs up. Oh, okay, the committee is backing up the convention hotel, but financial and location will be, the problem because it's like a lot of people, for some odd reason, talk about they should not do it at where Middle Highlight Theater is. Like, so go ahead, tear the place down. It's not like really like worth it because we got too many like theater types and like venue spaces that's around that you can do your concerts or shows or whatever. It says hello. I'll talk about too, but let's see. The idea of developing a large provincial hotel attached to the Bear Center needs essential further study before all advancing. That was a unanimous consensus with the Wisconsin Center District Board Committee tasked to reviewing the $145,000 study that has become a source of controversy and substantial public debate. After a series of meetings of people that with it or not with it, the assistant hotel operation and other stakeholders, the committee said it still needed more information. So, does Milwaukee need a convention center hotel? I believe the answer is yes. And I do kind of agree with that too, because we would get more stuff going on. Like, we was bound to have two big comic conventions here, and they canceled. Like, talked to Galaxy Con the other day saying y'all still got your dates like around Halloween weekend that y'all gonna have it. What's going on? They say it's been canceled. Since also with Nostalgia, but it's not like their fault. It was like the Bear Center fault for canceling on them because they were supposed to have theirs July 4th weekend. And in Milwaukee, they had to cancel last year because of the flood, so they only did one day instead of two. And oh God. Stu over exaggerating. That's funny. But they said they was going to have a meeting next month about their decision on what they're going to pursue it or not. And I guess people have a problem having it at they tear down the Middle Highlight Theater, and people like complaining about, okay, yeah, stuff happened here. Yeah, I graduated in the Middle Highlight Theater. Well, back then it was called Milwaukee Theater. But at the same time, some memories like you want to keep, but you're not gonna keep like certain buildings, just to like keep your memories alive. I know history is supposed to be like involved in this, but at the same time, it's like ever since the '90s, where I got to know more of Milwaukee, we missed on a lot of opportunities because of the same thing. Like this should stay up and blah 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 blah. If some things need to go, you need to keep up with the times. And plus, it's like with WWE, last pay-per-view we had was Fastlane, and I think that was 2016. It's been 10 years. We ain't had no pay-per-view since. And plus, we sold out every WWE show after, COVID. And, then, like, last year, of course, we didn't. But I can understand, some people, had a problem with the price. So, yeah, I agree with that. But I'm just saying that things need to change. And if y'all really like stuck on, like y'all in the 19th century or something like that, or the 20th century, things got to change. It's just sad that we had to deal with this with people, just crazy. Two of the five committee members asked. They asked if WCB on Miller Highlight Theater and UW Milwaukee Panther Arena be explicitly removed. Sorry. But Saunders said after meeting that she doesn't expect to include the language on the location of her recommendations. Oh. Yeah, like I said, it's just like just do it already. Or better idea. If they can't do it at the theater, because the Milwaukee office building was trying to move to 27 in Wisconsin, and right now they still don't have the funds to try to create that building. Like seriously, it's just all about money. With some of these people trying to keep stuff around, and if it is like, and I know I'm not kind of making sense right now, but it's like we're losing money by not getting any like conventions and stuff or big concerts coming on around here. Yeah, it's just crazy. But anyways, I'm gonna end it from here because I know I will go into like a mismatch and be like really upset because people act like that stuff shouldn't change and it needs to. So, but anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. I know y'all been with us like for a while. Thank you guys that's on my TikTok. I didn't promote the 500 likes, so apologize about that. We'll do it another time. So I'm gonna end the live with you guys on TikTok because I know we gotta prepare for our review of a movie we saw last week. So you guys on TikTok, please continue to follow my my TikTok page, and should be fun. Have a good one. And as for you guys on Facebook Live, appreciate y'all being on, and gonna end this one too. So see you guys later. You have a good one. And as for you guys on Why? Oh man. I'm sorry guys, just interviewed. But anyways guys, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, notifications, check out WrestlingFansSpeak.weebly.com, our sponsors, Midwest Midwest Wrestling Collectibles, Great Scott Sports Cards, and we are a proud sponsor of Maggie's Mary. Check out the website, and also Pregnancy and Infant Loss Network page on Facebook. Also, Finish Pro Wrestling, we're a proud sponsor of. They have a show this Saturday. So tomorrow I will have that announcement instead, because I'm probably gonna end up giving away, you know, the pair of tickets for that event this Saturday. Do like a giveaway, because yeah, there's no way I'm gonna end up making it to that show anyway without a car. But anyways, probably do that for you guys, and more announcements will be made tomorrow about it. If not, it'll be no later than Wednesday. So guys, appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. Until the next video, man up, woman up, face up, and check your mental health. So see you guys later. Y'all have a good night. Sorry about, you know, the WrestleMania weekend being like kind of in shambles. Thanks for TKO. Goodbye, everybody.